Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today was the Chain Reactions East Series number 4 at City Lake Disc Golf Course in Albemarle, North Carolina, driven by Innova Discs. This was a one-round flex start that I decided to do at the last minute on Saturday, the day before, the night before, after I played so poorly at Black Widow. I decided I couldn't end the weekend like that, and so I said I'm going to sign up on Sunday and go play City Lake. I like the City Lake course. It's one of my favorite courses in Albemarle. It probably is my favorite. Well, that and Baden Lake. I like Baden Lake a lot in the Albemarle area. But I said I'm going to go out and play City Lake. I've got to do something different. And I did a form change. I talked about it in my Black Widow video at the very end. I worked on some form changes Saturday afternoon after the Black Widow round. I went out to Cedar Rock and just kind of threw in the field for a little bit, worked on some changes. Maybe you'll see kind of what I'm doing a little bit differently. And it definitely worked out. But hole number 1, is an outlier. It did not work, but that was my first throw, of the day. But the rest of the throws throughout the day worked well, and I'm pretty happy with this round. All right, hole 1 is a 230-foot par 3. I'm throwing my F7 here. It's pretty steep uphill, and I just threw it low. I threw it flat, and I needed to throw it on a upwards angle because of the hill. I'm going to take my PA3 here and just throw it up and get... I thought I was a lot closer to the basket here than I was, but it still was a putt that I should have made. Unfortunately, I went a little to the right, and I'm going to start off with a bogey, but this is just out of the car jitters, I think, because I do get this ship righted pretty quickly. Hole 2, we're looking at a 180-foot par 3, straight uphill again. This course is very elevated. I was throwing the M4 and threw it well, just got it right up the middle. Left me with a good birdie putt here. I'm just going to unfortunately be a little bit to the left on that one. But it's going to be easy tap in for par pretty much. Probably about 12 feet. Hole 3, we're looking at 165-foot par 3, throwing the A3 on a forehand, a little flex forehand line, and it was started out pretty well, then kind of dove out earlier than I expected it to. So I'm pin high, but I'm just out here to the right. I'm trying to just toss this up behind that log, and I hit the top of the log. I got very lucky that it stopped. I was trying to just slide it under it, but luckily another par. Hole number 4, 190-foot par 3. I just bought this Raptor this morning. It's a 167-gram Raptor. Threw it on a thumber line. Absolutely parked it. Pretty easy birdie putt here. I realized I did not have that utility fairway driver, that Firebird disc in my bag when I got here, and so I grabbed that Raptor from the shop that was there on site. And hole 5, 300-foot par 3, throwing the F3. I kind of wish I threw the F7 after I threw that, but I was a little bit too nose up. Kind of died early. This grass has not been cut yet this year. You can tell it's pretty overgrown, no skippage whatsoever. But it's gonna be a pretty easy par putt. Hole 6, 220-foot par 3. I'm gonna be throwing my PA3 off the pin here, off the pad. And got a little bit low out of the hand, but it was on a good line, and I did slide quite a bit. It had a lot of spin on it, and that's kind of what this form change is doing, is it's giving me a lot more spin, which I think is something I needed. But this is tap in par. Hole 7, 200-foot par 3, throwing the A2. Big forehand, wanted it to crash into the basket, which it did. It did roll a little bit further than I expected it to. You can kind of see it rolling there, but it did finally stop, and it's close enough for an easy birdie putt. Hole 8, we're looking at a 240-foot par 3. This is my favorite hole in the course. Throwing my F7. I like it. It's just a stock hyzer shot right to the basket. And if you can nail this shot every time, then you can pretty much play any hole out here. But another easy tap in for birdie. Hole 9, we'll get 270-foot par 3. I'm going to throw the F7 again. A little low out of the hand, but I liked it. It was a good shot. Definitely had that negative 2-1 line to it, and did catch that one in for another birdie. 3 birdies in a row, got a turkey going. Hole 10, 310-foot par 4. This is a short par 4, but it's incredibly elevated, incredibly hilly. You really have to play this, smart to have a good chance to birdie it. That was my D3 on the drive, and I'm throwing an A2, and I'm just gonna. I almost made it. I almost cashed in that eagle right there. Luckily, it just stopped right behind the basket and did not roll down the hill, which I was glad for. Another easy birdie. That's 4 birdies in a row. Hole 11, 375-foot par 4. Throwing a thumber just to get it up to the top of the hill. And this shot here, I was disappointed in myself with. A2 on a forehand. I wanted to kind of snap it down, and I just left it up. A little too nose up. Stalled out early, hit a tree, and just fell short. So I'm going to have to settle for, basically a par here. Just going to toss this PA3 up. For a second, I thought it might have a run, but then I kind of halfway through that flight, I knew I was going to be left on it. But easy tap in par. Hole 12 is going to be a 230-foot par 3, straight downhill. Throwing the P1. I kind of think I should have thrown the PA1. I kind of wish I threw the PA3 instead. It was a little more stable than I needed it to be. Let me way out here to the left, and I decided just to lay it up because the wind here started to pick up quite a bit coming off that lake. It was like a wind tunnel coming through there, so I laid it up. Hole 13, 355-foot par 4. I'm just throwing a MX2 here. I'm sorry, MX3, just to get it in position. A2 up to the basket. Crashed out a little earlier than I expected. This is probably about a 40-foot birdie putt, maybe a 45-foot birdie putt. Didn't really give it a run, just way left. It was chain high. It was just nowhere near the basket. It was just way left. Didn't even give it a chance at birdie, but easy par. Hole 14, 200-foot par 3. I usually don't play this hole well, but I took that Raptor that I bought and just put it on a big anti-flex line. And it was perfect. Absolutely perfect, except it puts me behind this tree, and I'm having to straddle putt. I don't like straddle putting. I'm not good at it. I've tried to practice it. I'm just not good at it. So just a horrible putt. Out of the hand, I was just like, you horrible putter, you. But another easy par. Hole 15, 185-foot par 3. Throwing the A2 on a thumber. And that was a good shot. Absolutely great shot. Put it down just below the basket, a little bit left of it. This was an easy putt. I should not have missed this. I just caught the cage, and it rolls down the hill like it always does. But I have a long putt to save for par. Straight uphill. This is so elevated. Like, I think my head wasn't, the bottom of the pole was still above my head from how steep that was. 16, 165-foot par 3, throwing the A3, turnover forehand, a little flex, and didn't quite turn it over as much as I needed to. I think I hit this tree and stopped. This is me looking at that tree. It's right in my way. I'm kind of having to angle my putt. I can't go kind of straight at it. And just did miss the birdie again. Easy par. Hole 17, 150-foot par 3. Gonna try the Raptor on the thumber again. I don't know what happens here. I just don't know what happened. Like, it just went flat into that tree. Did not pan at all. But A3 here on a little flex approach forehand. Gonna put it next to the basket. Another easy tap in par. And hole 18 is going to be a 595-foot par 4. I'm throwing the FX4 here, and I don't think I like this disc. It didn't go anywhere near as far as I wanted it to, and I felt like I threw it well. It just crashed out and never turned over. This F7 goes so much further. I mean, you see here, I mean, I felt like I barely threw that, and I mean, it just carries forever, way more than the FX4 does. PA3 here, I'm trying this approach shot to have an easy par, and right there, if you go back and see that, the wind just threw the disc straight into the ground. I should have been all over that pole, and the wind just absolutely annihilated it. And if you go back and play it, you'll see where the wind you'll see it just change elevation drastically very quickly. Unfortunately, finished with a bogey. Started with a bogey, finished with a bogey. Had my birdie par sandwich in there. But overall, absolutely enjoyed the round. I believe I came in 5th place. I want to say the winners were 5 under, or the winner was 5 under. Then there was a bunch of people. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it right here. 2 people were tied at 5 under. 2 people tied at 3 under. I'm sorry, 4 under, and then me at 3 under for solo 5th. So, I was only 2 strokes out of winning or being in the lead. And I actually told someone on hole 12 when I laid that putt up because of the wind. I said, if I lose this tournament by 1, it's because I decided to lay this up and didn't go for it. And I wound up losing it by 2. But, it was a fun round, great round. I'm glad I decided to come out and play it because, like I say, after that Black Widow round, I was pretty demoralized, aggravated with myself, and the form changes are working. I've gone back out after this and thrown a few times, and I think these form changes are going to be permanent, at least for now. For quite a while. Seems to be working. So my next tournament's this weekend, Neatman Creek, 1 round. It's a 1-round C tier, tee times, not flex start. But that course is so long, you don't want to do two rounds there in one day. It would absolutely ruin you. But I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to bringing it to the channel. So as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you again next time.